Amazing news. Back in 2003, I had the privilege of serving in IDF reserve duty stationed in a place that left a lasting mark on my soul. The villages of Chomesh and Sanur, two of the four Jewish communities in Northern Samaria that were then destroyed with the Jewish residents expelled during the summer of 2005. I'll never forget the sight of families living with strength and faith in that hilltop community, surrounded by breathtaking views and a deep sense of purpose. Walking up and down the steep hillside that separated the Arab-Muslim village below from the Jewish community of Chomesh above on the hilltop. We were there not just to guard the area, but to be part of something greater, protecting all of Israel, Jewish life on Jewish land, in the heart of our ancestral homeland, and by doing so, protecting the whole freedom-loving world. Just 2 years later, in 2005, Chomesh and Sanur, along with the two other Jewish communities of Ganim and Kadim, were destroyed by the Israeli government as part of the same misguided policy that led to the expulsion of nearly 10,000 Jews and destruction of 21 Jewish communities in Gaza. 4 communities destroyed in Northern Samaria, 21 destroyed in Gaza. That's 25 communities expelled and destroyed in the summer of 2005. Since then, mostly all the media focused on the abandonment of the communities in Gaza, but Northern Samaria was also abandoned with those 4 communities. With the Jews gone, the IDF left too, and that vacuum gave birth to exactly what our enemies wanted: a terror hub right in the heart of the land of Israel in Northern Samaria. It literally is the middle of Israel. Fast forward to today, and we're witnessing the results of that strategic blunder. The IDF is now day in and day out fighting tooth and nail in Jenin, which has become a capital of terror in Northern Samaria and all of Judea and Samaria. Our IDF soldiers, our holy IDF soldiers, are doing unbelievable work dismantling terror infrastructure, neutralizing the terror threats, and defending our people all over Israel with unmatched courage by getting rid of that terror hub. But here's the truth: we never should have left Northern Samaria in the first place. When we pulled out of Northern Samaria in 2005, Israel literally handed the terrorists a gift on a silver platter, and they built a kingdom of terror in return in Northern Samaria, the center of Israel, as well as in Gaza. And now our soldiers have to go back in under fire to clean up a mess that was entirely avoidable. But here's the good news: we are coming back home. Just this week, a historic announcement was made. Stage A of the zoning plan, called Taba in Hebrew, for the renewed rebuilding of the Jewish community of Sanur has been approved. The plan includes 126 housing units, 65 dunams of public buildings and parks, and it will be 3 times larger than the community of Sanur was before the Jews were expelled from there and the community was destroyed in 2005. This is more than a technical approval. This is a moral correction. It's a declaration that the people of Israel are here to stay, correcting the horrendous disengagement of 2005. There is no disengaging from our ancestral homeland and deluding ourselves that we will live peacefully with an enemy that is a genocidal death cult in the name of Palestine. And this is only the beginning. The other 3 communities in Northern Samaria, including Chomesh, Kadim, and Ganim, will also be rebuilt. Why? Because we have learned the hard way that only with a Jewish civilian presence is there true security. It's not enough to send soldiers in for operations. What brings peace and stability to an area is Jewish life, Jewish homes, Jewish families, Jewish children going to schools, families going to synagogues, a living, breathing presence of our Jewish people across our biblical ancestral homeland. That's why I can say with full confidence, we will also return to rebuild all of Jewish Gaza too. Just as Sanur is about to rise again, as will Chomesh, Ganim, and Kadim in Northern Shomron, so too will the 21 destroyed communities of the Gaza Strip. Netzarim, Kfar Darom, Devei Kalim, Netzar Chazani, etc. These weren't just names of the Jewish communities in Gaza on a map. They were thriving Jewish communities, and one day they will be again, just like Sanur will be. Because this isn't just about politics or policies. It's about a simple, eternal truth. When the Jewish people live in our land that God gave to us, we thrive. When we retreat from the land God gave for us, anti-God terror fills the void. We would do well to listen to God more than we try to play God. That's a message for our leaders. God gave us this land, His land, for a purpose, to live in it, to build a moral society based on the Torah, the Bible, that shines light to all of humanity, and above all to ensure that evil, which desecrates His name, finds no foothold here in His land that He gives to us. This is not a marginal idea in our tradition. It's central. The Bible, the Torah, repeats this message time and again, as we just read in Parshat Re'eh as well. We must get rid of all the desecration of God's name in this land. And yet, far too few Jewish leaders, including our rabbis, are willing to say this out loud today. We are commanded to rid of all desecration of God's name in our biblical ancestral homeland. And there is no greater desecration of God's name than a culture of genocidal death cult whose mothers educate its children from their mother's milk to murder Jews. That's the biggest desecration of God's name, and we have to get rid of it to glorify His name in our ancestral homeland. When we hold back from eradicating all the evil in the name of Palestine, and when we refrain from proudly building and rebuilding Jewish communities in the land God promised our forefathers for us, we're not just making strategic mistakes. We are violating our national mission as a people, why God chose us. But there is unbelievable hope, and it's coming from the ground up in Israel. Thank God a growing number of Jews, young Jews in Israel, are standing tall. They are proudly Jewish. They are rooted and they are unmoved by the distorted morals of the modern West, a culture that has abandoned its biblical anchor, and today too often confuses good from evil, weakness with compassion, and surrender with justice. No, our young generation in Israel, they are solid. Many of our Jewish brothers and sisters abroad in exile, and those in Israel raised on these Western progressive, really regressive values, have been influenced by that mindset, and they are part of the problem, not part of the solution. But in Israel, they are a minority. Here, we have a new generation that understands our calling as a nation, not just for our sake, but for the sake of the entire free world. They know good from evil. They're willing to fight for it and put their lives on the line for it, despite what their brethren in the exile or their Western educated brothers here in Israel say otherwise. Yes, the path is long. Yes, the cost has been heartbreaking, but the direction is clear. We are a people of faith. We don't give up, and we know God is looking after us and is the one who ensures that we remain forever. And we in Israel have been saying this for years. The Jewish people are not afraid of the long journey. And now, thank God, the journey reclaiming our purpose as a nation, rebuilding the communities in Northern Samaria, to then rebuild the communities in Gaza, has begun. No Jewish leader in 2005, influenced by Western thinking, predicted this, because ultimately, they are of little faith. Listen to those Jewish leaders who called against the disastrous 2005 disengagement back then, and who already back then said that we will return. They are the ones to listen to because they have true faith and they truly understand the Torah and the purpose of the Jewish people. Any other Jewish leader or rabbi who supported the 2005 disengagement and never thought we would come back or should come back, do not listen to them. It is only a matter of time that we rebuild the Jewish communities in Gaza and make Gaza Jewish again. Maybe it's under Netanyahu's leadership, maybe not. Maybe it's in a year, maybe it's in 5. But strengthen your faith in God above and celebrate this good news. And remember, please, look out for those leaders who were against the 2005 disengagement and who called and said, we are going to return because we have to return because that is our purpose, the Jewish people in the land of Israel. And stop listening to any rabbi, any educator, any Jewish organizational leader, any politician who says that, no, that was the right thing to do, or never thought that we should return, or still today say, no, we can't return to Gaza. Don't listen to those rabbis. Don't listen to those educators. Don't don't listen to those leaders, because they're off. They're missing the true message of who we are, why we were chosen, what this land is all about, and what our purpose in this land. But you're following the pulse of Israel, so you know. So stick with us and share these truthful messages and strengthen your faith in the one above. We got this. Our younger generation in Israel, we got this. We still might have some time till everything happens, but it's in the process. We are in redemptive times. Am Yisrael Chai. If you are not yet a subscriber to our daily, belief-based, inspiring, politically incorrect, truthful videos about Israel, the Jewish people, and the freedom-loving world, what are you waiting for? Go to pulseofisrael.com and click to subscribe today. And yes, we are a donor-based operation. We need your donations for support in order to make these videos and get our videos seen and do all the work we do. So every once in a while, whether a large donation or a small donation, just go to pulseofisrael.com and click on the donate button. Shalom, everyone, and thanks for watching.
Pulse of Israel, frontline videos from the Holy Land. Support our work by donating today.